Tuttio for $1,200?
Fly me out to Paris, I'm the baddest. I just want the money I can manage. Bust me down, I want a ring with the carrots. They know I'm the one, that's why they staring. Fly me out to London on some thumb. I don't want your man unless he know to put his thumb in. Apple bottom jeans looking dumb. They just told the DJ run it back, I ain't no one hit. High class, so I come with a price tag. Y'all ain't sweetie music, but she running up a dumb bag. Pretty girls get it, try to beat with a drum. So the Biggie beat is me, now I got this girl dumb mad. Bad chick, she's a fuego. Weak girls always hating cause they built like a Lego. I can't even trip unless we going overseas. Got a man 6'10", so we seeing everything. If it ain't the money, call and get the dial tone. Y'all still switching lanes while I'm switching different time zones. Got them reaching for me like a milestone.
When you guys are doing this install, just keep in mind that your spacer, your long spacer, is going to be on the brake disc side.
Down, I want a ring with the carrots. They know I'm the one, that's why they staring. Fly me out to London on some thumb. I don't want your man unless he know to put his thumb in. Apple bottom jeans looking dumb. They just told the DJ run it back, I ain't no one hit. This ain't a Beamer, this a big dance. Chrome heart got me kissing on his best friend. Put in work, baby, you could be my best man. Sending cash to my account.
All right, guys, freeze your camera right now and look at the orientation and the way I have these set up. This is going to be the parts that go on the left side of the bike. These are the right side of the bike. The differences in these two sides are going to be these brackets. These pegs are slightly different orientation, and the springs of setting this bike up. This process is the part that's going to kick your ass. The rest of the assembly process is super simple. Just watch me do this one time and you'll have it. All right, so as we come in here, first thing you're going to do is take this bracket. This bracket has a round side and it has a opposite round side. Okay, they're both round, but this one dips down. This is the part you want on top. So take your bracket, put your bolt in there, screw it in to the frame. Here's the other part. This is gonna kick your ass. You got your left-sided peg and you got your left-sided spring. Take your peg and take your spring, place them like that, okay? This part of the spring is going to rest on this curved part of this bracket. It's gonna take some pressure in order to get it in there. So as you press down on the spring, right, it's gonna wanna slide off. Put the peg in there and that spring is gonna collapse. So there it is. Take your cotter pin, line up the holes, send that dude through, take your pin, bend it out, and you're good to go. So once you get it installed, this is what it looks like. You have one part of the spring on top, the other part of the spring is on top of the peg, creating that downward force, keeping the peg down. There you go. All right, guys, the electric pit bike scene is expanding and growing exponentially from the beginning when it started with modified razors. Now we have the Tuttio, we have E-Box, we have the Mototech, we have the Moto, we have the Apollo bike line. We have a ton of bikes. This segment is growing very fast. And today we're going over the Tuttio Soliel 01. Let's start from the front. Now that I have your attention, in this review, I'm gonna be as honest with you as I can because that is why you're here. I'm not just gonna tell you the good, I'm gonna tell you the bad or what I think could be better. But what I will say, just to start it off, is that Tuttio has done things and built this bike in a way that other manufacturers in this segment have not, and we'll touch on that. But I wanna start from the front. I wanna give you the details that you don't wanna read about. The wheel set on this bike is a 12-14. It's a 12-inch rear and a 14 front, very common wheel size on these pit bikes. The rims, as you can see, powder-coated orange. The finish on the wheels is very, very nice. It's very smooth, no pits, no fish eyes. The finish is really nice. These forks here are very similar, maybe the same
as the forks you would find on a Mototech or a Bomb Moto, and I would even think or guess that they're probably the same forks as what you would find on the Razor Pro Spec, just a different color. Great forks for the intended use on a bike this size. So I mentioned a few things that this company has done that other companies in the segment has not. And one of the things that they did not skimp out on is the controller. A lot of times these bike manufacturers will put a cheap controller in here, and this company decided to put a far driver controller in here. I have talked to the company. This controller is tunable. If you get a Bluetooth dongle, you can go in here, you can connect a Bluetooth little plug-in from, let's just say, Econic Cycles. They sell them over there. And you can go into a phone app on Far Driver and you can tune this bike. There's plenty of videos on that. That's not what this video is, but I want you to know that that capability is there in case you decide that you want to upgrade the battery later, or you want to see if you can tune the bike for more speed. That is an option. Tuttio put a quality controller in here, and to me, that speaks volumes. The motor in here, it's hidden behind this little plate, and I took this plate off so you can see the motor, and I'll be honest with you, I hadn't seen this type of motor before. I do know it's 2,000 watts, and it's a 48 volt kit, so this is a 48 volt battery motor and controller. One thing I love about this bike that you won't have to touch, probably ever, is the brakes. For the cost of this bike and the components that you get, this is one of the standout features I want to tell you about. Not only the controller, but the brakes. This bike comes with a fully hydraulic and bled pit bike brake system, front and rear. A lot of times companies in this market will put on a disc brake that is cable actuated. This brake line is hydraulic. So that's a definite upgrade. And these rotors are super beefy. So even if you do modify this bike to make it go faster, you probably will never have to touch the brakes. And they stop you good, which is what brakes do. And I like that. Coming to the rear of the bike here, and I have to mention this to you because you probably won't get this information in any other review. This is a 420 chain on a pit bike. Is that overkill? Probably. Does it slow the bike down? I don't think so, but it's definitely gonna last longer. A 420 chain is typically used on your higher power e-bikes, but they went ahead and put a 420 chain on here. You do not have to worry about this chain breaking or stretching. The gear on the rear here is a 420. It's a 420 chain, and it's a 60 tooth rear. This shock back here, I will say, is very plush, and I like the way that it rides, and everybody that has ridden this bike also comments on how this bike rides. A lot of times with these Chinese manufacturers, they'll put a fake reservoir on here. I cannot definitively say whether or not that reservoir is doing anything, but what I can tell you is that the ride is nice. Another standout feature about this bike, and I have to bring it to your attention, is the ease in which you can take the seat off and you can take the battery out. Right under here, there's a knob. You just turn this knob and the seat comes off completely. Once you do that, this whole top of the frame is exposed. The battery is held in by a twist knob and a clamping device that will, for lack of better terms, locks into the frame. So once you do that, you unplug the battery comes right out. You can either take it inside and charge it, you can charge it separately from the bike, or if you have a second battery, you can take this battery out, take your replacement battery, drop it in, and keep riding while the other one's charging, just increasing the ride time that you can have with this bike very easily. I have to mention the kickstand. The kickstand is very nice. You can buy these kickstands for your Razors, your Bomb Motos, or the other pit bike types. If you wanted to put bigger tires on this or taller suspension, you can just adjust this kickstand and you'll be good to go. And it's solid. It's really good. It's well made. No complaints there. If you watch my channel and you've ever seen a video where I complain about the seat, that is not this episode. This seat is comfortable, and that's what I like. Some of the bikes that I've ridden, the seat feels like I went to Home Depot and I am sitting on a 2x4 or a sawhorse. Why would you do that? If you're gonna design a bike for people to ride, make it comfortable for people to ride. This seat is comfortable, it's wide, and it is soft, and it does not hurt my back or my ass to ride. So, good job, Tuttio. Another thing that pit bikes in this class do not come with, and I have yet to see it, is a voltmeter, which I don't know why. Why not put a voltmeter on these bikes? This bike comes with a voltmeter. Yeah, duh. It blows me away that they don't have voltmeters. This bike has a voltmeter. Okay, so that's the outside of the bike. Let's go to the bars. I want to show you the controls and the LCD display. All right, so here we are at the top here. These are the levers. You got metal levers, hydraulic brakes right here. Coming in here, one thing that I have never seen before is they run the wires through the neck of the bike. I mean, I think that's a good thing. I don't know what that's gonna be like when I have to take the bike apart if I wanna upgrade it, but at this point in time, I'm not worried about it, and it protects my wires from being outside the frame, from maybe catching on any sticks when I'm driving through the woods. Coming up here, we have the keyed ignition, and you'll hear the far driver beep when we turn it on. Beep, beep. So on this one, we'll have our speed, we will have our trip, and we have our modes. This button right here will go through our modes. Mode 2, mode 3. It's got 3 modes right there. And we'll do a speed test on that here in a second. By this time, you're probably thinking, well, this guy just loves Tuttio, blah, 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 blah. That's not true. This bike is not all hugs and kisses. It is not all X's and O's, okay? A couple things that I don't like. And one of the things is a design. And a design thing I don't typically comment on, because design is dependent on you and me and that person, so it's almost irrelevant. But in my case, I'm gonna bring it up. I'm not a fan of the front fender. I would like a rigid front fender. I don't know what that is, but when I'm riding down the road and this thing is just going like this in the wind, maybe a rigid front fender or something like that. Maybe the same shape, I don't care, but rigid. How about that? Another thing that I think could be better or changed is the way that you charge this bike. It's kind of hard if you don't take the battery out. The charger is up in here underneath the frame. So to get your charger in here and plugged in, and there's a door on the battery, it is not very intuitive and friendly to charge this bike with the battery in here. So if we could put this battery charger maybe on the outside of the battery, then I think that'd be more better. But there is a benefit of having a charger inside here. It's protected, there's no debris, there's no water gets in here. So I don't know, maybe that's a pro, maybe it's a con. You decide. Oh, and before I forget, one more thing. I wish it had a front number plate. On the front here, it just kind of looks unfinished, I guess. Give me a number plate. I like a number plate up there. Come on now. On the next version. Or you can buy one on Amazon for about $9. Okay, so far you have watched me put the bike together. We've talked about the pros and the cons and the components that went into building this bike. And then next we're gonna do a speed test. After that, the video is gonna close out, and I have some bonus footage in there where I had some neighborhood kids ride the bike and give me their real life opinions. So if you are shopping for your son or daughter or somebody in your family and you want to get some opinions of somebody who is maybe in that age range of, I don't know, 8 to 10, 12, 13, stick around to the end. That's where I have some bonus footage of the kiddos riding it and see what they think about the bike. Anyway, let's get on the speed test. Here we go. $11, $12, $13, $14, $15. Mode 1 got us 15.5 miles per hour. That's about the same as what a stock RZR would do. Let's put it in mode 3 over here. We'll select our gears. We'll put it in mode 3 right now. Mode 3. Here we go. Let's do the test again. Here we go. All right, so mode 3 got us 34 miles an hour. Like I said, I'm 200 pounds. Put your kid on here. I bet you probably squeak out another mile or 2 per hour. All right, y'all, here is some bonus footage of my son here. His name is Rowan. He's gonna be 8 years old here soon. This is his first time on the Tuttio Soliel. What do you think about it so far, buddy?
Yeah.
It's pretty okay. Are you nervous? Kinda nervous. Are you in mode 1, 2, or 3? Mode 1? We need it. Mode 2? All right, let's bump that up. You wanna take off? Show me what you got.
You're in mode 3?
Yeah.
How do you like mode 3?
Good.
You like it?
Yeah.
All right. How fast do you think you were going? You weren't looking? All right. Let me see mode 3 again. Do a wheelie.
No.
All right. Let me see mode 3. What do you think this is better than your Razor?
Yes.
Yeah. It's faster?
Yes.
All right. Do I need to keep this bike for you?
Yes.
All right. On a scale of 1 to 10, how do you like it?
10 out of 10. Wait, no, 9. Because it's a little too tall.
A little too tall for you?
Actually, it's actually pretty good.
I think it's pretty good.
10
You
out
guys,
of 10.
you can 10 out of 10. You can grow into it.
5 stars.
5 stars, 10 out of 10. That's a review from an 8-year-old, ladies and gentlemen.
Uncle.
All right, this is Jackson. Jackson's 10 years old. You ready, Jackson?
Mm-hmm.
All right, go take it for a spin and come back and tell me what you think. All right, you took it for a spin. What do you think? Are you ready to? Huh?
Rate it out of 1.
All right, hold on. You want to put it on mode 2?
1 to 10. Yeah, just put it on mode 2.
Mode 2?
Okay.
All right, mode 2. Let's go.
Mode 3.
Okay, good. Give up mode 2.
That's good. You're faster.
Better? You want to go mode 3? You ready for it? Yep. All right, send it, bud. Just be careful. What do you think?
Fast.
Super fast?
Yep.
Do you think it's too big for you? I think it looks like it's just right size.
Dude, on a scale, 1 to 10, what would you rate it? 8? What's the bad things? It's a little scary. Yeah, it looks like you're about to fall off.
It's a little scary.
Yeah. You just gotta get used to it.
I think you just get used to it.
Yeah. I'm used to it because I rode Jacob and Luke's, right?
Yeah.
It's really fast.
Yeah, you'll get used to it though.
Yep.
All right. Keep spinning.